Hello everyone, it's Cooking with Matthew. Today we're going to be doing just a simple chicken and dumpling recipe. I've got 12 quarts of chicken stock over here. Most of it came from me just boiling chicken. I didn't season chicken or nothing. I actually put it in my Instapot and cooked fire out of it. I cooked this last night. I didn't want to. I got late, so we're going to do this video this morning. I added two cups to whatever I had. I needed 2 more cups, so I didn't season the chicken or nothing. I just boiled it, so it's be like buying some chicken broth from the store. And I added 2 little cups of the powder broth to it as well. So you just need 12 cups to start with. Is what I've started with. We may need more, may not. I think we're going to be good though. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these frozen biscuits, and they're starting to unthaw a little bit. But I'm going to cut them, and I cut it in 1, 2, 3, 4. So I cut it in lengthwise, and they're about like this. Was what they're looking like. I'm going to go ahead and cut all these up while they're still semi-frozen. Cut it 1 time down the middle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 this way. They're going to be a little bitty dumplings. You can make your own if you want, but this is an easier way. I'm using the Mrs. B's. They was actually a lot cheaper when you bought the I think the 20 pack was only $1 more than the 12 pack. So it was really worth getting the extra thing, because I'm going to be doing some other stuff with these biscuits later. But I got them real cut up, and they're just like little bitty pieces like this. They're semi-frozen. So this stuff's starting to get hot, but I need it to get hotter. But I'm going to go ahead and start adding some seasoning, since I didn't have any I didn't put any seasoning in this chicken broth to begin with. Thing had something in it. Alright, so I'm going to start off with I'm using the kosher salt, so if you're using iodized salt, use less. I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of salt. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead and add my heavy cream. I got a whole quart of heavy cream. Now I usually put like run a little bit of water in there, not much, and just. But some of that stuff sticks to size. Try to get all a little bit of heavy cream out of there that I buy. So I got my salt in there. I got my heavy cream. That's 1 quart. Quit it! Hogan's messing around with a plastic bag or something. So I'm gonna go now with 2 teaspoons. Shooting a video. Here we're going to go 2 teaspoons of black pepper. 1, 2 teaspoons of black pepper. I'll put that down. 2 teaspoons. Then we'll go with 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of poultry seasoning, 2, 2. Of course, the pen's gonna stop working. Okay. I can hear them duck and geese out there quacking. I think Mom and Dad's here. They're coming over to eat today. So I got all my seasonings in here. I'm gonna go ahead and start. Well, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and add my chicken here. This stuff ain't really got hot yet. I'm gonna go ahead and add the chicken, and then when it gets to a boil, we'll be back. I gotta wait for it to get to boil. Alright, everybody, we're back. I've got the liquids now starting to come to a boil a little bit. I've had to put a towel over these. I got a couple flies swimming around here, but it's starting to come to a boil. So once it starts to come to a boil, you can start adding these little the little dumplings. Now they've unthawed. I've cut them earlier. Now they've sort of unthawed, so we start putting them in there. It was, like I said, 6 biscuits, and I cut them in little bitty pieces. Just going to drop them up in here. So you drop them in one at a time. You're going to keep this thing stirred. They should form into dumplings. Pretty nice size little dumplings. This is like a really easy, simple way of doing it. I mean, you can make your own dough and all that stuff if you want to. This little mix of it, the seasoning I just did pretty good. See, I boiled the chicken, just a boiled chicken without any seasoning to begin with. So that way I could give y'all a true indication of what seasonings you need in here. So I would go with, if you can, get a low sodium chicken broth, because there wasn't no sodium in this chicken broth that I used, except maybe the 2 cups. See, it's already starting to form a little bit. Alright, so wash my hands off. We're going to keep this thing stirred. I'm fixing to show y'all what we're looking like over here. So they're already starting to puff up. So everything shouldn't take long at all. We're gonna be back though. Alright guys, so we're back. I want to show you what we're looking like over here with these dumplings. Though probably could have used more dumpling or more biscuits. You might could have added enough, probably maybe 10 biscuits instead of the 8. I may end up adding some more later. But let me get this spoon. That's them things swelled up pretty good. You've seen the little size they were. That's a pretty good little size dumpling. I'm fixing to add my cornstarch. I've got that little slurry mixture measured out. 2/3 of cornstarch to 2/3 of water, 2/3 cup of water. You want to add this stuff in. You got to add it in when it's boiling. Then you just want to make sure you stay right here with it, because it will clump up on you. And it should be enough, but I may have to add some more, who knows. I've got some quail over here frying too. We'll do a video on that another day. I didn't have everything exactly the way I wanted it. And Dad's over here, I had to end up butchering a few quail. So I got some of them, I got 4 of these. frying up. One of them was a little small, but ended up having to do it because it died in the process of me moving. It flew around and knocked its head or something. It's a little younger than I like for it to be. Yeah, and the chicken I'm using, these chicken dumplings, was raised here on the farm too. I'm gonna need more cornstarch, looks like. If I can find that third cup I was using. That's a half cup. I'm gonna need to add a little more cornstarch. There's the bowl I was using. I'm just going to eyeball a third. We'll call it 1 cup. 1 cup of cornstarch to 1 cup of water. We're going to call it. If you need to adjust a little more, you may have to. Depending on how thick you want it. I want mine a little thicker than what this is. I'm hoping that does it. I just didn't want to go too heavy because I have it seasoned how I want it. When you start adding more water to it, it's going to dilute the seasoning a little bit. This seasoning is pretty well on point. We're starting to get to a pretty good thickness. That stuff come to a boil. Again, let me flip or check these. What quail I just put in there. That's still good. So what I'm going to do right now while we're waiting on that to thicken is I'm going to get me wet little nut. There it is. I'm gonna get me a few of these little sprigs of this green onion here. I'm gonna put this stuff on top for garnish. These are cutting a little nicer. I can't find my good chef knife. I don't know where it's at. So I'm going to show you what we're looking like now, guys. And that's what the chicken dumplings looking like. It's going to taste it and give the okay on it. Man, it's good. So I'm gonna give you the recipe now. It was 12 cups of chicken broth, 1 quart of heavy cream, 2 tablespoons of kosher salt, 2 teaspoons of black pepper, 2 teaspoons of garlic powder, 2 teaspoons of poultry seasoning. Then we did 1 cup and 1 cup of cornstarch to water, and you may have to add more depending on how thick you want it. But I'll put this up here. Let's see. Oh yeah, I'm gonna put 10 biscuits on here. It needed some more. It needed a little more dumplings. I'll probably add them to it after the video. Alright, well, y'all have a blessed day, and if you like what you see, like, share, and subscribe.